If you couldn't already tell, we moved.
New set,
setup.
new location, live from my mom's basement.
Okay, you know what you're here for. You know what this video is about. I mean, we're just going to talk about the final, and absolutely, without a doubt, probably the best game of football I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Ever, in general. Just even if you take out the circumstances and what it meant for who and all these people and everything, it was just an insane, awesome game to watch.
Usually finals are nervy, maybe 1-0s, 2-1s, cagey games where the managers really focus in on their tactics and they really set in their game plan. So it's, a tactical match back and forth. That was not this final. This final was, like Tanner said, the best game that I have ever seen with my own two eyes. And it has been just a great journey throughout this World Cup.
France played amazing for the last 20 minutes. The first 60, I had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah.
We'll start from the beginning as we always do. We saw French lineup we've seen the whole time pretty much. An Argentine lineup we saw pretty much all the time. There was a Di Maria selection that I know some people have made a big deal out of beforehand, but after the fact, seeing of how good he played.
You know why he played.
Yeah, exactly. Argentina go up 2-0 like that, pretty much, and are coasting for most of the game.
The first penalty, or that first goal was from a penalty, and Messi's never scored in a World Cup final, and you give him that penalty, and you pretty much know that he is not missing.
Yeah.
He's going to put it away. And then he does. We all saw that. And then Di Maria with just a great finish for the second goal. Just a absolute class team goal that it just from back to front looked absolutely amazing. And honestly, I thought going into that half, Argentina were just coasting to the final and to the win.
Yeah. So Argentina up 2-0. I mean, the whole first with them in the 40th minute, we see Deschamps decided to make two subs, taking off Giroud and Dembele.
Dembele did give away the penalty for the first goal, but you're an offensive player in the defending box. You're not supposed to really be there. So when he puts that foot wrong, you can't really fault him too much. But Deschamps decided, you made that mistake. Doesn't matter what position you're playing or what you're needed to be.
Yeah. You
gave that away. You're gone. Giroud just wasn't doing enough for him, and I agree that he wasn't doing quite enough. But he made those decisions real early, and they started to pay off.
Second half picks up. We see a kind of a lackluster first 30 minutes. I want to say it was kind of what we expected the start of the first 45 to be like. Just kind of. Nobody's really doing some craziness, but they're just trying to feel each other out, feel the game out, see what's what.
It was like a whole new game had started, really. Yeah. Like, obviously, a game of two halves is a thing, but this really was the first half, complete domination by Argentina, and then the second half was that feeling out process that we're used to in finals.
Yeah. We see, eventually, though, the former Manchester City man, Otamendi, why he was on the field in general in the first place, I don't know. I would have, in being a City fan, it's crazy to say this, but I would have rather have seen Lisandro Martinez out there instead of Otamendi in the starting 11. But that's not the way it went. Otamendi's out there, gives away a pen.
Gets ran by.
Really, really, really stupid. Mbappe steps up, puts it away, just like you expected. And then from that point, you could feel the whole momentum switch. It was as if Argentina's energy was just taken from them, and it was all given to France. And Mbappe capitalized again, right short, 5 minutes after.
For 75 minutes, it was complete domination from Argentina and domination in the stadium and the atmosphere from those fans. But the second that penalty was scored from Mbappe, it's like something had changed. A light had switched on in this French team. Yeah. And they said, okay, We're the defending champions.
Yeah.
We're in the final for a reason.
They started playing like the defending champs.
We may be down 1-0, or we may be down a goal, but we can get back into this thing because we are who we are, and they did. And Mbappe just shows why. If you don't think he's the best player in the world right now, give him a year, maybe 2, and I don't think it'll be disputable who the best player in the world is.
Speaking of, he scored again. He scored 3 times. He's insane. He's scored 4 goals in a World Cup final now in his career, which is insane to think about.
Most players never do that. Messi is 35 years old and had never scored in a World Cup final. Mbappe's 23 and he's got 4 goals. I mean, just the
World Cup, I think, it's going to be like his bread and butter. When it comes to World Cup soccer or World Cup football, we're going to be talking World Cup alone. We're going to be putting Mbappe in the categories of the R9s, of Pele's at the end of his career, because I guarantee the French are going to keep qualifying, are going to keep going far, and this kid's going to keep scoring.
I mean, he's just absolutely insane. We know, you know ball, and we know ball. So we know that he's that good.
Yeah.
But the game just continued to deliver. Ends full time, 2-2, and you're thinking, not again is Argentina gonna lose in the final in extra time to a goal from a young player who is up and coming. But this time
it was different.
It was different because Messi was able to rely on his team for the first time in 15 years of his international career.
It was beautiful. We saw it was 2-2. We keep going. Extra time. Messi scores. You're thinking, it's time. All the Argentine fans going crazy at this point. This is it. Yes, finally. But then no. They give away another penalty. They give away another one. They make it 3-3. Mbappe, a World Cup hat trick, a World Cup final hat trick. Again, can't give him enough praise of how he's played this whole tournament.
Yeah.
Golden Boot winner, deserved it. He's insane. 3-3. You're thinking, man,
what more can this game give us?
Is somebody gonna edge it out in these last minutes? We go on to pens, and the rest is history. I mean,
but before we do get to pens, I gotta say, Lautaro Martinez, with one of the absolute worst misses and the biggest misses ever. Not just in a World Cup final, just ever. This guy is 3 yards outside the box. Clear, clean header, and it's 8 foot off the goal. I mean, you can't even put it on target. What is going on? You're supposed to be the main man for Argentina.
No, he's not.
Okay, Alvarez has taken over, but going into the tournament, he was the main guy. And now you know why Alvarez is there and not Martinez.
We know why Alvarez is there, the city boy. It was such a good tournament from him to see. They go on. Alvarez wasn't able to take these pens. Messi steps up first, takes his pen, slots it beautifully.
Same place as Maradona.
We saw Mbappe step up, he took like 3 pens this game, made all 3. Magnificent from him to be able to do that. 3 penalties, and especially against who is probably, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions, the best penalty saver in Emiliano Martinez. Not just because of his ability to save, but his mind games, what he does.
The mental aspect of it.
The extra heart he puts into it. The shithousery he puts into it is next level.
I mean, he got hands on 2 of the 3 penalties from Mbappe.
Yeah.
I mean, fingertips away from saving it. And he was so close. But like Tanner said, when you have the best goalie in the world when it comes to penalties, you get that edge. And that's what Argentina had. And France just crumbled at the end. Mbappe couldn't rely on his teammates to score those pens, just the way Messi hasn't been able to rely on his teammates in the past. So it's really sad to see for Mbappe, but he's already got one.
Yeah.
I mean,
we needed Messi to get his. The reason we needed Messi to get his, like we said, goes to pens. Argentina win. The feeling is overwhelming for football fans everywhere. The ones who have been watching this sport for a few years now, at least, even just
or their whole lives, however
long, even if you've only been watching for 2 years, a year. So.
If this is your first game you've ever seen, you can tell that there's two players on that field that are just a cut above the rest.
And you see Messi and the story and what it means to him and that country and everything. It was so beautiful. I think 90% of the world wanted Argentina to win. The only team that didn't want them to win was the French people. The people of France.
Portuguese people.
Maybe some Portuguese fans. But Messi is inevitable. And we can both agree. I think the world agrees and should agree that this is no longer a debate.
Mm-mm.
This is no longer a discussion. It shouldn't be.
When
we're talking about one man, there's only one GOAT. You know what I mean? There's only one. And for somebody to say at this point right now, in all of everything that's happened in football, that it's not Lionel Messi is insane. Insane to me.
I mean, there's some people that obviously have favorite players and everything, but you have to just sit down and realize that this guy is an alien. He's different. He's not from this planet. Ronaldo has been the most consistent goal scorer over the last 20 years, and in any other era would be the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
But that little Argentinian is the best player of all time, and now for the rest of our days, everyone will always be acknowledging that Messi is the true GOAT.
There shouldn't be any other answer, honestly. Like, people have their opinions, and yes, but your opinion's wrong if it's not Messi, honestly, because he's won the World Cup now. He didn't need to do anything else to solidify the argument. Okay, so before he even won it, I thought he was the greatest ever.
Same.
He could have lost it, and in my eyes, he would have been the greatest ever. But this winning the World Cup should solidify it for most arguments, pretty much. All arguments, essentially.
Not only did he win the World Cup, but he was the main driver of that Argentina team. He was not a passenger.
Not just one game either. The whole tournament. Every single game, he's the guy.
For the first time ever, a player scored in the group stage, quarterfinal, semifinal, and the final, and that is Messi.
All the stages. He scored in every
single stage.
Quarter, semi, whatever.
Everything. In the round of 16, quarter, semi, every round he scored. He also provided 11 goals and assists in one tournament. I mean, just the amount of chances that he creates and scores is astonishing.
That man's back is hurting, carrying all these motherfuckers. Alright, that's all we have. I hope you like this new setup. We're gonna have some new things going on this channel. Messi wins World Cup. He's the GOAT. Don't argue about it.
Argue with your mama in the comments.
Literally. Okay.